What is it with this camera going so blurry? Sonic Ranger back with the next toy review, since I can't actually proceed with recording some more footage for Sonic Dark tomorrow. Computer problems at the moment, but I will get back to it when I get a chance. But let's move on with the next review, shall we? Next in line, we have from the Thundercats 2011 toy line by Bandai of America, which they're doing a great job. Mumm-Ra in his, decayed form, as everybody calls it. Especially him. He calls it that because he's always doing that famous quote from the original series as well. The, ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form into Mumm-Ra, the ever-living. Yeah, whatever. I don't have his ever-living form, so I can't review that. But I will pick it up when I get a chance, and in fact, actually, I'm going to Walmart tomorrow, so I might find it, actually. The Thundercat figures have finally landed at Walmart. No more having to purchase them online and pay extra. So, yay. It's alright. As you can see, he's, pretty small. I mean, he's not really that big, as you can tell. Let's get a close-up of his face, shall we? Just a little bit. Come on now. Don't you be playing with me, camera. No! This thing does not want to focus. Why doesn't it want to autofocus? Why? There. As you can see, he's got kind of his look in the show. I mean, this one really, I don't see the show accuracy. Except for actually his, guess you could say his cloak. This thing actually comes off and does this thing as well. Yeah, kind of like Lion-O, as you can see, it's kind of his own claw shield. That's what it was called. I remember in my Lion-O review, I actually called it a gauntlet. Haha. As you can see, he's got his very own dagger, and he's got the Eye of Thundera, something like that. You know, pretty much the crystal thing right here. So, yeah, his very own kind of like Sword of Omens in dagger form. I guess he's like, I don't know what the word is. I guess for some odd reason he's got to have his own sword. He can't actually have the Sword of Omens, so yeah, it's nicely sculpted. And back to Mumm-Ra for a second. As you can see, he looks very weak without that cloak. He's got his magnet. He's got like the Thunderlinks feature as well. But I'm pretty sure that if you actually slap him inside the Thunder Tank, which we will get to it when we get to it, it's probably just going to do the same sound gimmicks and all that kind of stuff like the other Thundercat figures. I mean, it's just a magnet. It's got no chip in there, so it's not going to recognize any different kind of features. So, yeah. Bit of a shame, but whatever. And who knows, maybe he might actually get his own vehicle, just like in the show. That was kind of cool, his very own, like, Thunder Tank. Hopefully he will get one. So, it's pretty cool. Pretty small, too. Hold on a second. Sorry, that's what I get for forgetting to bring his size comparisons. Here's Lion-O. Why is it blurry again? I'm having to reset this thing's being a hassle. So yeah, as you can see, he's a small guy. He really is, except when he turns into his ever-living form, he's a big one. But really small now. So yeah. For articulation, it's not much. So pretty much his head, you can move it around side to side. That's it. But he's always going to give like that, huh? Look. Oh. Arms, they go around a full 360. They don't go in and out or anything like that. Wrists, they actually rotate. Waist actually rotates, as you can see. Not much, but it does. And for some odd reason, mine just wants to reset. It really doesn't want to rotate, but it does, but it just wants to reset where it was. So yeah, bit of a shame. But still, I mean, it's very nice that he actually came with this rubber cloak. I mean, it's really rubber. It is really, really soft. And very nicely detailed as well. It's got all the cuts like it's been through some battle. So that's kind of cool. Just go ahead and slap that back on him. It's kind of hard to do it while I'm looking at the camera. It's just weird. I'm not actually looking at the figure. I'm looking at the camera. So, yeah. Oh, I do have one question about Mumm-Ra. I understand he controls, like, the lizard army and that kind of stuff, but really, I'm gonna take it off again. Doesn't look like a lizard. What the hell is Mumm-Ra? You see, I never really did watch the original Thundercats cartoon, had no interest, since I never really did get to see it, because I probably wasn't even born by the time it came out. I was born in 1987, guys. So I don't know if Thundercats was even on the air at the moment. Or if the show, you know, had its limit and it just, you know, it ended. So, yeah, I could always look it up on Wikipedia or something and see how long it went and when it actually came out. But I'm kind of, you know, lazy at the moment. So, if anybody actually knows any information about the original Thundercats compared to this one, go ahead. Leave it in a comment below. I appreciate any answers. But still, I just want to know, what the hell is he? I mean, he actually looks like a monkey to me. He really does. I mean, I can definitely tell he's no lizard. So, what in the world? I mean, like I said, he controls an army of lizards and yet he's not a lizard himself. What the hell is he? Now, don't say he's just like a bag of bones and, or, you know, he's a mummy. Obviously, he's a mummy, but I just want to know what his animal creature is. What exactly is this thing? And he does look pretty badass. He really does. And I love the way he kicks ass in the new cartoon. I don't know what he did in the original in his decayed form, but in this one, at least he goes up against the Thundercats. I mean, he's kicking ass. I mean, he was dodging Panthro's attacks with his nunchucks, but still, at least he was doing something. I mean, he's not just standing there looking hideous. I mean, he actually fights, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, for, like I said, his accessories, you just pop this back in. And mine really doesn't want to stay in there. I mean, you gotta put some force in it, and it's not staying in. So, it does, but it just won't. So, I'll just leave that aside. And you could just pretty much slap this back on his hand or his arm like so. Well, try that again. There we go. And yeah, I mean, he's being like Lion-O, as you can see. He's got his own claw shield, his own sword in dagger mode, and yeah, that's it for accessories. So, pretty much, the detailing is what really makes this figure, and it's nice to have a Mumm-Ra figure instead of having to do like a mail-away thing like the original Mumm-Ra figure that I know about. So, yeah, I mean, it was either that, or you had to get the his playset in order to get a Mumm-Ra figure in the past. But no, for Series 1 of the new Thundercats line, of my generation of Thundercats, we actually get a Mumm-Ra figure. We don't have to pay extra. We don't have to do any like contests or that kind of stuff. We don't have to pay a fortune to get a playset to get one, and we don't have to do a mail-away. So, awesome. It doesn't do much, but still, it's nice to have Mumm-Ra, the villain of the Thundercats. And I'm pretty amazed that there's actually more villains out there, and we will review them when we get to them. But that's really it, guys. I mean, there's nothing else to say except for his grade. He's an iffy. He's a 3 out of 5. I mean, obviously you need to pick up this figure, but since he doesn't really do anything else besides just stand there and look hideous, I mean, he doesn't even actually hold his weapon in his hands. As you can see, that just look, see, it slides out. He can't grip it. You can force it in there, but it's just going to come right off. And this comes off pretty easily as well, so yeah. Bit of a shame. Though it is a nice plastic, it's not like Lion-O's where it's rubber. It still doesn't stay on, so yeah, bit of a shame. Still though, an amazing figure. I like him. 3 out of 5. Your choice to pick him up, but I do recommend him. I really do. Even though his grade is a bit disappointing because he does nothing. He's got really not that much articulation for a figure of today's standard, including from Bandai of America. So, bit of a shame. Just nice to have him, though. Obviously, if you don't pick him up, well then, you know, you're not into the new Thundercats series, or you just don't care for Mumm-Ra. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's the end review for Thundercats 2011, Bandai of America's Mumm-Ra. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll answer them when I get a chance. And until next time, this is Red's Powered / Sonic Ranger signing out. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more Thundercats reviews.